Hello there, welcome to today's Daily Dominion, which is Menagerie Guilds. See this. I wonder if this should be worked to include I don't know. Screen space maybe is an issue on mobile. I think definitely these should be like as much first class citizens as the kingdom cards in this display. Um, But I don't know. I mean, it's not like you're missing them. They're obviously on the kingdom anyway. So you have two events. Invest in March. Invest lets you kind of make it worse for a person, for another player to gain a particular action card. Probably not a huge deal here because there's not really anything you want a huge number of copies of. Baker is the only like really spammable card here, and it's not that important. And then March, which lets you play cards from your discard pile. It costs a buy though, so it's a way to, like, for instance, get multiple merchant guilds in play, but it doesn't net you buy, so it's not a huge. Again, it can be done here a little bit to up some coffer interactions, but um, it's not like a. I guess merchant guild works backwards. Like if you buy and march it, I don't know. I think it works backwards. Anyway, that's not too important. Just a rules thing. You can play a couple merchant guilds with Snowy Village, and then maybe march another one and have three down, and then play a bunch of supplies. Well, you'll have played the supplies before, maybe marching some of them. Play supplies, and supplies and merchant guild work really well. Supplies gains cards during your buy phase, and merchant guild counts cards which are gained during your buy phase. And of course, you can play a lot of supplies quite easily. So it's a legit synergy that works quite well. And then for thinning, you have both Bounty Hunter and Scrap, which should be pretty nice here. And then there's Baker, and then probably Kiln matters, and Zero. Animal Fair probably doesn't really matter. That you could maybe swap a horse for one at some point if you felt like it. Cardinal shouldn't matter. Soothsayer, potentially a thing. Ultimately, this board doesn't have draw, so we're not going to be able to build all that big. Like I said, there's some merchant guild stuff you could feasibly do, but it's not necessarily consistent. So the question is kind of whether you want to do focus on Soothsayer or focus on merchant guild. You could certainly have one of each. You know, it's not, the deck is messy enough to have a couple terminals in it, and it's not a huge deal. But you can focus a little bit on one of them. I'm thinking about going Scrap Bounty Hunter into the supplies stuff. I don't know what the AI will do, and just saving the coffer for the moment. And then we would pretty much only buy supplies, a Snowy Village, and like a merchant guild. It'd be a little, you can always worry a little bit about the cursing, and there's not like alt VP, it's just duchies, but the AI is opening with supplies, which I find probably not ideal, but okay. We have the Soothsayer here. I think I'm going to try. Okay. So here we can go card horse and buy supplies. You know, we could have gone card buy because we're guaranteed to draw a copper and gotten 2 supplies. That might have been better. So the horse is totally fine also. In fact, maybe you get the snowy this shuffle because it has plus buy. We'll go ahead and exile copper here. We get to buy 3 things. We buy 3 supplies. So we're already getting a good amount of coffers here. I think the last card is a horse, right? We didn't play the horse. Can also bounty hunter horses, which is maybe a thing later on. I don't know. Most of the time, you'll probably just be playing them. We could march. It just nets. It's just nothing. We could march the merchant guild, and then we would have $1, which we could then spend a coffer to buy supplies, and we would get the coffer back. But it's just all break even. But some of that stuff will matter later. Oh, we have the merchant guild and we have all these supplies, so this is great. This will be a great turn. I guess we can maybe do this now and see if it works. I don't know if the rule. Maybe I can look up the rules on this. So the question is, if I buy a merchant guild now and then march it, will I get 3? I get 3 extra coffers here from the supplies. And I don't know if the merchant guild needs to have been played before the coffers, but it kind of looks like we'll still be playing the merchant guild before the end of the buy phase, which means it can look backwards, I think. Well, now the wiki's frozen. Or not loading in any case. Maybe we can just ask Dombot. I don't know. With the new rules, you would be able to spend No way. I think it does work. I don't know if we'll really have an undo because it'll be like the end of our buy phase, so it'll be a little hard to check it. I guess we're contrasting that with just buying 3 supplies. Right. That's the thing that's being contested with or compared with. So basically it gets us merchant guild. Doesn't really net us more coffers than that. Because we're going to have to spend 3 coffers, and we're basically to get 3 coffers. Well, to get to get 4 coffers. Oh, we may miss out on our chance to buy some. We'll look later. We'll look on a future turn. I think here we'll just get these, so you can see we're really racking up the coffers. We should be okay. The only this will be a pretty nice shuffle to trigger, actually. We don't have any buy here, but that's all right. The only thing now that is a bit weird. Actually, there's just a great shuffle because this is like supplies mostly, or good cards mostly. We're going to be able to probably green a little bit next turn while amassing a pretty large amount of coffers. This will be another merchant guild. As long as we don't draw through the end of the shuffle here. Okay, we missed the Snowy Village, unfortunately, which is actually kind of a big deal here to not have drawn that, but we can't do anything about it, so okay. So I'm gonna check, or we're gonna find out now. We're gonna march this merchant guild, and then we're gonna buy a province, and then we're gonna see if we get doubled on the supplies, which I think we should. We could maybe even double province. It's probably not the point to do it yet. So we got all those coffers. Okay, they invest in scrap, which I don't think that's gonna be the play. Okay, so now we're gonna just green. I was gonna say, hopefully we find a merchant guild, and we do. So we're gonna again get a bunch of coffers. This shuffle through, we can pretty much just max out greening. It'll probably make the bot confused. There may have been, well, we don't have to. Yeah, we might as well. May make them buy duchies, yeah, which will also not help them at all. Okay, we don't find. I don't know if I want to trigger this shuffle. Because we can do the merchant. We can march again. I think I'm going to bounty hunter a horse. And then wait. We can get the horse back. And we can march this. And go province. I don't know, copper. To get 2 coffers out of it. And then next turn we'll just double. Well, if we drop by, we'll double. Otherwise, we'll just... Well, we're not going to double anyway because there aren't 2 in there. We will single. So that ran very smooth. I really do like getting the 2 thinners in the opening. I think a lot of people are going to be tempted by the $5 cards with the Baker token. And I think that's not correct here. But I don't know. I had a couple. I'm trying to kind of evaluate, like, if I was super lucky. I wasn't paying attention to the bot's hand, like if the Soothsayer was bottom decked. I feel like there was at least one shuffle that was pretty favorable to me. We had some unfortunate things as well, but not hugely unfortunate at any point. So, I don't know. That was a neat kingdom. It was like a non-drawing mega turn almost. Well, not quite mega turns, but you know, triples or quadruple provinces would have been feasible. You could have angled for doing. There maybe was a turn where I could have kicked up the coffer stuff even higher. But what we were doing, kind of middle mini mega turns, were pretty okay. So, in any case, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you all tomorrow.